Minecraft is the most popular video game of all time, but it's also one of the most mysterious. See, unlike its competitors at the top of the video game industry, Minecraft's rise to fame was one that nobody expected. It wasn't a game like, for example, Grand Theft Auto 5, which was hyped up for years and years and created by an already respected video game company. No, Minecraft was the brainchild and passion project of a single Swedish man working from home. So during the earlier years of development, particularly from the game's inception in May 2009 to about early 2011, a lot of the game's history has simply been lost to time. And one of the clearest ways to show this is with the example of Minecraft's lost versions. Over the last decade, Minecraft has evolved through thousands of versions, tons of platforms, and multiple coding languages, taking pretty much every form you can think of. But because of constant changes to the game, a lot of these updates have been left behind, some of which no longer even exist in the public. So in today's episode of Minecraft Uncovered, we're going to be exploring the lost versions of Minecraft. Notch's plans for Minecraft were pretty ambitious, and he didn't want to release his game for just the three big platforms, Windows, Mac, and Linux. No, he wanted more. So over the course of Minecraft's life, it's been ported to iOS, Android, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, TV, 3DS, Wii U, Raspberry Pi, and even Windows Phone. As that list goes on, many players never knew that Minecraft was ever released for those platforms. Heck, with some like the Raspberry Pi or Windows Phone, you might not even know what those platforms are. But Mojang most definitely did, and they spent a sizable amount of time developing and maintaining versions of Minecraft for all of those platforms, though many have since been discontinued. So let's try going through these old, abandoned versions of the game and see what they have to offer, starting with Pi Edition. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Raspberry Pi is a small, simple computer that runs its own Linux-based operating system. The Pi isn't really meant to be used as a normal desktop computer, but it's useful for computer education and smaller tech projects. For example, if you've ever seen one of those YouTube videos where someone makes an entire PS1 console or something into a homemade handheld, they're probably using a Raspberry Pi or something like it to emulate the system. Since Notch was a bit of a tinkerer himself, he decided to develop a free version of Minecraft for the Pi, which is what you're seeing on screen now. Pi Edition was actually just a modified version of a very early build of Bedrock Edition, Pocket Alpha 0.6.1 to be exact, but this version does have some noticeable differences. First off, survival mode and mobs are both disabled. Mobs can be enabled if you load a Pocket Edition map or build another reactor, but survival is broken fully, and trying to load a survival mode world will put you in a weird limbo state where half of the game runs in creative and the other half in survival. And secondly, Pi had a few features that Pocket Edition did not. Sneaking was added to Pi long before Pocket Edition got it in version 0.12, and cyan flowers are exclusive to Pi Edition since they were removed from Pocket in version 0.9. Other than that, the only real differences between the two are minor, mostly bugs or aesthetic things, like the UI being based off the Xperia Play Android design instead of the normal Android and iOS design. Next, what about Pocket Edition itself? Pocket Edition was the original version of Minecraft for mobile devices, available for Android and Apple years and years ago. Technically, Pocket doesn't exist anymore and it's been replaced by Bedrock, so a lot of the old features have been removed. These features are much more well known. For example, the Nether Reactor that was exclusive to Pi and Pocket, or the original Stonecutter, or the camera entity that's since been limited to Education Edition. There isn't really too much to say about it though. I already talked about the Nether Reactor in my Evolution of the Nether video, so check that out if you're interested, but the Stonecutter and camera function pretty much the same as they do in other versions of the game. Pocket Edition just had them a long time ago. And lastly, we have the old Nintendo editions for the 3DS and Wii U. Unfortunately, these aren't much to write home about. The Wii U edition is basically the same as the PlayStation and Xbox versions from that time period. And the 3DS edition is like an older, slower, smaller Pocket Edition with a custom UI. Still, these old, outdated versions of the game are an interesting way to look into Minecraft's history. Seeing these features that have been missing for the game for years and years, it just kind of reminds you of where it all started. The largest game in the world from one man's simple idea. So, now you know all about the versions of Minecraft that were left in the past, but what about with the versions of the game we do still have? PC, mobile, console, has any of their history been lost as well? And the answer is yes. In fact, this might be where most of the mystery lies. Over the long lifespan of Minecraft, nearly 100 updates of the game have been completely lost, the vast majority of which are from the classic era. With the game files for these versions having been wiped off the internet, their legacy can only be preserved through screenshots and videos created by players. But of all of these lost versions of Minecraft, there are a few that stand out from the rest. Some of these are the obvious picks, like Notch's original cave game, which is most likely lost forever. Some are notable early tests of the game, like the pre-classic alpha that was only given out to 2 people, or the first 3 survival tests that were only around for about 20 minutes each, or all of the multiplayer tests save for the original. But most of these were in the very, very early days of the game, all made within just a few months of Notch starting development. As the days went on, more and more people began to play Minecraft and more of its history was documented. But as the game first entered InDev, then InfDev, and finally Alpha, there were a few versions that stood out: the secret updates. They weren't actually secret, just unannounced, but they were important. See, while most lost versions are bugged or bug fixes, the secret updates all added in important new blocks, items, or mechanics to the game. And of the long list of secret updates, 3 of them have been lost for over a decade. The first was version Alpha 1.0.1, which added the redstone mechanic and revamped the cave system. The second was Alpha 1.0.17, which added fences, spider jockeys, and some multiplayer updates. And the last was Alpha 1.1.1, also known as the Secret Saturday update, which added sneaking, fishing rods, new paintings, and a new song to the game. This last one, 1.1.1, had a serious game-breaking glitch that would completely gray out your screen, and as such, it was only available for a few hours before being taken down completely and replaced with Alpha 1.1.2, which fixed the bugs and removed the new addition to the soundtrack. For over 10.5 years, Minecraft researchers have been trying to find any working copy of 1.1.1, with no success until last month. June 26th was the day that one of Minecraft's most elusive versions was rediscovered after over a decade by a veteran of the game. It's since been uploaded to archive.org and the official Minecraft wiki, and any of you can download it and try it out for yourselves. As for the other lost versions of the game, the search continues, but 1.1.1's sudden discovery and the news buzz it created ended up leading researchers to find 2 more lost versions, and there's hopefully some more on the way. So, for all you Minecraft veterans, why not go ahead and take a quick look through your old game files if you still have them, and see what you can find. Chances are you'll either have lost these rare versions or never got the chance to play them in the first place, but if you do happen to hold one of these unique artifacts in your possession, you might just be the next hero of Minecraft researchers worldwide. That's it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. This was actually the product of 2 scrapped video ideas mashed together, so I'm glad I could make a decent video out of this info, because I do find it really interesting. And seriously, like I said before, if you think there's any chance you might still have some of these old Minecraft files, definitely check them out. I mean, I only started playing in 2017, and I'm still going through my old screenshots and stuff, because there's a lot of memories to be found. Also, if you want more content, feel free to check out my Twitch, MCBYT Live, lots of casual Minecraft streams, along with a few other games I like. I know I've already had it up and somewhat active for a few months now, but there are a lot of you that don't know about it, so I thought I might as well mention it. Link in the description and at the end of the video, but that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching, and have a good one. Peace.